The advanced catch-up modes that were broken in the previous DLC when they were introduced have now been fixed, and I wanted to do a race to see just how big of an impact they had on the racing. This video is brought to you by the Twitch area of my website. Check out my stream schedule and what I'll be playing each stream, as well as info on emotes, sub badges, donation sounds and more at bruffy.com/twitch. So in the previous GTA Online update, Rockstar introduced 4 new catch-up modes to the game, and 3 of them didn't work, 3 of them were completely broken. Those have now been fixed with the latest update, so advanced, low, medium and high do now actually work correctly. Boosted still works because it always did, and classic also works like it always has. If you want more information on how all of the catch-up modes work, check out my original video if you haven't seen it already, because it goes really in depth and explains in great detail how every single catch-up mode works to slow down, or in the boosted case speed up a car in a race, how it does that, what kind of effect it has on the cars depending on what position you're in, all that kind of stuff. It goes really in depth, and it's kind of necessary viewing, I guess, to understand what's happening now that it's fixed in this video. But you can watch it before this video, after this video, but it will give you a greater understanding of what you're seeing here now that they're fixed, if you've seen that before. So everything in that original video is still correct and still accurate. In fact, it's more accurate now, apart from obviously the part of it where I'm talking about them being broken, that no longer applies. But everything I say about how those advanced modes are meant to work, that is now how they actually work. So like I said, it's fully in depth, and it gives you a really well-rounded explanation of how they all work to slow down cars in races. So I wanted to do an advanced high catch-up race to see, you know, what kind of effect it had on a race, because I was quite skeptical beforehand of how big of an impact it would have. And I think my general conclusions from that original video are still what I would hold to. I think that in general the advanced modes still have a little bit of room for improvement, and I allude to it during the course of this video as well. But I think I'm certainly not as skeptical as I previously was before doing this race. So you do see an impact in this race, at least on advanced high. I think advanced low is not really going to do anything, and it's certainly a different experience of a catch-up race in comparison to classic, where you could have, you know, multiple people racing all at the front. And the reason for that obviously is because when it's only the top 3 getting slowed down, and increasing amounts, by an increasing amount, you know, as you get closer to the front, you get that impact where, because the rest of the field isn't being slowed down, everybody just cycles through those top 3 spots, and ultimately you get a lot of people close at the front. Now that's kind of sort of the extreme end of the scale, and I think the advanced modes are better at you know, evening that out a little bit, but they are also more of a keeping the pack closer together overall, rather than actually functioning as a full-on catch-up mode. You will still catch up in these advanced modes, but the better drivers are still going to be at the front, which you could argue is how it should be, but also it takes a bit of the sort of the fun away from those full catch-up races. So I think there is a happy medium in between the two, which I obviously talked about in that original video. So yeah, I think there's still room for improvement, but I'll leave you to watch the race, and obviously this video also serves as a bit of information to let you know that those advanced modes are now fixed. The one thing that I'm noticing with the advanced high catch-up, it makes the overtakes easier, because it just gives you that little bit of extra, like a bit of an extra pull out of a corner, or just putting you into a overtaking position a lot better. You know, it doesn't have to be much. At top speed, yeah, you might only be 1 mile per hour quicker than the guy in front, but in certain parts of a track, it just gives you enough to get up the inside or alongside or something like that, if you already have the speed to carry through the corner, for example. Like, I've noticed on a few of my overtakes in this race, I've carried a little bit better speed, but I was in a situation where I probably would normally expect not to. Like, there's a perfect example of it. Under normal circumstances, I didn't have enough of an overlap coming out of that corner I wouldn't have expected to have been able to make that overtake. But because of the catch-up effects, it gave me that little bit of an extra boost to get up the inside there. That's what I think the Advance does. But we're getting into the top 10 now where we're all super slow. We're going to start being able to do every corner flat out soon. There, perfect example of it. You don't get that in general GTA racing because you get to top speed so quick. You can't really do this allows you to do cutbacks. You normally can't do cutbacks. God, I'm so slow now. Oh god, this is painfully slow. Holy moly. Holy moly. 4th place in Advanced High. This is very slow now. Am I going to be able to even catch up to the top 3? See, this is the problem. I don't think I can catch up to the top 3 because I'm going so slow. Oh yeah. The ETR1 has a digital speedo, doesn't it? I'll look at my top speed on the back straight because that's smooth track, not boost affected. Full throttle on that one. I mean, I am catching up to that top 3 and they're all battling together. Oh, 82 miles per hour. Wow. 121 miles per hour normally. 82 in 4th place of an advanced high catch-up race. Oh, rip. Same with the Ardent last race. At some point at the front, you could take everything full throttle because the cars in general have too much grip. Yeah, that's where we're at now, I think. Well, most of this is a bit more of a tighter track with some corners where you've actually got a brake force still, but like I am catching up to the top 3 though, but it's slow. It's not like classic catch-up where the top 3 are super slowed down. I'd take back my reservations, I think. It does make a difference. I think advanced high, I haven't tried medium or low yet. I can't see low bothering to do anything. I still think it would be better if it was only the top half. You saw the difference when I switched to 5th place catch-up. You saw it happen. .109 lap time. What's the ETR1 normally? Did the ETR1 manage sub 1 minute? 15, yeah, 10 seconds a lap slower in 4th place. Gotta use the bumps. Get a good exit out of here, use the bump. It's not gonna make a difference. I still think it should only affect the top half of the field. And it should get progressively worse catch-up effects. Like, it should slow you down more. Rip. It should slow you down more and more. But that does I mean, the problem is you're going so slow at the front that you can't really do much. It's definitely a lot worse at the front than a classic catch-up would be. But I think the one thing that the advanced modes don't do is what the classic one does, which is where it, like, you can have like 10 or 15 people all up front all together. But it's not as bad as what I thought it originally might be. I still think that what I said in the video originally would be the best implementation of it. Gradually increasing the closer you get to the top and only for the top half. But that also works. Advanced high anyway. Advanced low is going to be doing nothing.